The point of decorum I'm trying to make is that your comments should be directed at the policy, at the staffer, but not to other council members. That's a rule that this council has adopted, and so that's why I'm bringing up a point of decorum.
And I'm not addressing her directly. I'm addressing the plan.
You have been during the whole discussion, Councilman.
Okay.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg may take action against one of his council members after an alleged personal attack that left another council member in tears. That stemmed from last Thursday's heated council debate. This all involves District 11 Councilman Mayor Bravo and District 7 Councilwoman Ana Sandoval, whom he had a prior romantic relationship with. We're told Bravo was upset with Sandoval because she had decided not to support his plan to devote the bulk of a $75 million CPS Energy surplus to a weatherization plan. Instead, the council ultimately approving $10 million in new funding for an energy conservation proposal put forth by Sandoval. In a statement sent in to us by Councilmember Bravo, he says Councilwoman Sandoval's team promised to be the sixth vote on a major climate policy issue that we both share a deep commitment to. When she broke her promise at the last hour, I lost my cool and said things that I regret. While I struggle to understand why she compromised her principles in last week's vote, I remain committed to working professionally with all of my council colleagues to advance policies that benefit our city.
It's almost that time. Texans will be lining up at the polls to cast their ballots. But what's top of mind for you when you decide who to vote for this midterm? For some Texans we talk to, issues facing metro areas in the state are most pressing.
I would like to see a little more money allocated probably to mental health or rehabilitation for people who struggle with things like addiction or, chronic homelessness.
The second most important issue behind the economy to Texans right now is immigration.
Don Levy with the Siena College Research Institute based in New York wanted to find out what would drive Texas voters to the polls and who they would vote for. When it comes to the race for governor, incumbent Greg Abbott has a 7-point lead over challenger Beto O'Rourke. 75% of Republicans polled in Texas agree with Abbott's handling of immigration. Levy says independent voters more closely align with Abbott on Operation Lone Star as well.
I think that's probably not being handled very well, even on the liberal side.
As far as immigration goes, I don't want to see people flown to Massachusetts with no way to get home, especially if they have court dates. I've never been that riled up about that issue.
But those independent voters tend to lean more toward O'Rourke on other issues.
He tends to get more support, and the independents migrate to his position on the issue of abortion and the issue of same-sex marriage. In both of those cases, majority of Texans are not in favor of the recent Dobbs decision. In other words, they're in favor of Roe v. Wade.
And I'm probably going to vote for Beto just because he's the closest one to because there's not really anyone I can vote for that will line up with my views economically, but socially he's probably the one that I agree with.
Levy says the race will be close, but one group will tip the scales one way or the other.
It looks like the independents are going to make the decision. Republicans tend to be firmly behind Governor Abbott. Democrats at equal rates are firmly behind former Congressman O'Rourke.
Even though Planned Parenthood's no longer performing abortions here at their Babcock location, that hasn't stopped the protesters. It also hadn't stopped more than 1,000 people who turned out for the Planned Parenthood fundraiser this afternoon.
So that's why we keep saying we won't go.
The group that packed the Marriott River Center ballroom today sees the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision as a temporary setback rather than a permanent defeat.
The majority of Americans, always knew that reproductive freedom is a fundamental human right.
Featured speaker Gloria Steinem helped Planned Parenthood South Texas raise over $1 million today. The abortion ruling continues to be the topic of the day, according to new Planned Parenthood South Texas director Laura Terrell.
The bans on abortion disproportionately affect Black, Indigenous, Latino, and people of color, and it's cruel that we have taken away a critical health care service.
She cited a recent University of Texas poll to support her claim.
78% of Texans believe in some form of abortion care.
Not everyone agrees with her.
We are here to catch those girls who are in unexpected pregnancies. We're here to help them find life options.
SA Coalition for Life's Catherine Nix claims business is off at Planned Parenthood.
They are hurting financially, and so yes, of course, they're going to do their big fundraiser.
Don't look for Planned Parenthood to give up hope anytime soon.
I think hope is absolutely crucial because it is a form of planning.
National Planned Parenthood President Alexis McGill Johnson agrees.
It's a long fight to gain back abortion rights, but we are here for it.